All right, boom, pow. We are back. Episode 91. Podcast about nothing. Show about nothing. Mixtape about nothing. Episode 91, the Jamie Collins episode. Shout out Super Bowl champion Jamie Collins. To my left, co-host, co-creator, co-owner, co-writer, co-producer, co-signer. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
What's happening? Episode 91, just walking our way up the charts to 100. I'm gonna get some balloons for episode 100.
We're gonna do 100 big.
But
we gotta have
sure,
some bitches
sure.
too.
We're gonna have some bitches here.
Yeah, we on the same page.
Sorry, YouTube, I'll take it out.
Yeah, we just gonna blank that out.
But you know, we gonna do it big. Y'all be prepared. We're gonna have our partners on and everything. But I'm happy to be here, man. If you guys are wondering, this is Tuesday. Robert Saleh was fired a couple of hours ago. So, of course, we will be getting into that. But obviously, no guest here. Lana is out. G6 is out. She was at work. Nelson was at work. So, it's just the OG crew in the building. And so, y'all know what that means. In the fall, we're going to talk some football.
Oh, yeah. Always.
But before we get into that, Ish, how are you, bro?
Listen, it's been a good week. It's been a good week. It's always a good week when I get to like sift through old shows to look for clips to make sure I was right about stuff. It's been a lot of that these last couple weeks. Listen, it's all looking good. Dragon Ball Z came out.
Yes.
Living large.
I feel the same way. I'm very, very just calm right now in a work mode. I feel like it's really important to set a foundation for the end of the year. So when you hit January, you are already in that work mode. Take the last like 10 days of the year off, but up until now it's work mode. I had a like I said, I had a good summer. Summer feels over. The weather cooling down a little bit, and so I'm just really just focused on the work.
It's
man.
already October.
Already October, bro. When your parents used to say, bro, time fly when you get older. I used to be like, bro, shut up. Because summers, days, everything seemed like forever when you was a kid.
Facts.
But you get that first full-time job, start working, and life really start hitting you.
Ain't no summer break.
Ain't no summer break. You just waking up, and it's like, bro, it's September. It's like I remember it being June and me being like, what happened? Like, how did we get here? So
that's a fact.
Time is flying. And before we continue, I do want to send a prayer out to everybody in Florida, especially my boy Trey. Please get safe.
Yeah.
However you can, please get safe. I'm prayers to y'all. The hurricane is going to be something vicious, so please get safe and prayers to everybody out there.
Man, just the storm stuff is crazy right now.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So let's start with it, man. We know what time it is. We know why we're here. First couple minutes of the show, about 20 or so minutes on the show. It's really funny to watch breaking news happen on sports shows because they just spend the rest of the show talking about it.
Yeah, the whole show be about it, yeah.
But we're not going to do that today, but we will spend some time on this. Robert Saleh was fired. Ish, your reaction?
Listen, I hate, the word for this is a schadenfreude. I hate taking so much pleasure in the Jets being this bad. But, man, this right here, this little cocktail of getting the hate on the Jets and on Aaron Rodgers at the same time, like, man, it's nothing like it. Because
it's just a Patriots fan, by the way.
Yes, and I'm a lifelong Patriots fan. And Robert Saleh, I want today to beat on that guy. If no one else tells you, I'm going to tell you it wasn't your fault. It was not your fault, bro. But the thing is, it's got to be somebody's. And that is the problem with Aaron Rodgers. It ain't Aaron Rodgers' fault. Robert Saleh didn't throw them 3 picks. You can say whatever you want. I know the play in the huddle was not throw an interception. I know that for a fact.
Hello.
But listen, the offense not scoring. You can't fire Nathaniel Hackett. You tried. You tried to fire Nathaniel Hackett once they told you no. That's cool. I think in the long term, it's probably the best thing for Robert Saleh. I'm going to be honest.
All right. I want to start off by giving a little insight into the show. One thing I have learned from Ish in doing this show is I have to be more definitive in my opinions. That's what I was looking for. I have to be like, yo, it's going to be this, and if it's not, I'll just take the L. Yeah. I am very like, well, it could be, but if it's not, I understand how it wouldn't be, and then I'll explain why. And I really have been very, very hard set on making sure my opinions are strong and I believe them, and there's no room for does he really mean or does he think this or that?
Facts.
With the Jets, I wasn't doing that because I was not sure on Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Now, to Ish's credit, he was straightforward. They gonna suck. Aaron Rodgers isn't good.
Yep.
Forget about it. I was I'm not sure about the AFC East. I am not sure about. I think the NFL did them a favor with their schedule, and I think Aaron, as bad as he was in 2022, I still believe he can be a top 15 quarterback. And this is one of those situations where I was completely wrong. I can't believe. Actually, I can believe it because bad organizations do bad things.
Facts.
But it is mind-boggling that they chose Robert Saleh as the scapegoat behind something we can clearly see started with Aaron Rodgers.
That he has no control over it.
Let's take you down the timeline, ladies and gentlemen. 2022, before Aaron gets there, everybody is saying, Robert Saleh can coach.
Yeah.
This Jets team is a quarterback away, not from playoffs, from Super Bowl contention.
Great defense.
Great defense, which is why Robert Saleh came over there, was because he was known as this defensive guru in San Francisco. Remember, they used to cut to him all the time. He'd be yelling, chest bumping players. They'd be like, we love the energy.
Right.
So we get to New York.
A player's coach. That's what he was called. He was a player's coach.
Thank you. Now we get to New York. In the first year, he's 20-36, I want to say his record is. He gets there the first year, they suck.
Yep.
As expected.
Zach Wilson.
Rookie
Zach Wilson,
no,
I think.
it wasn't even, it was Mike White first.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next year, they draft Zach Wilson, which wasn't his idea.
Nope.
Let's start there.
Didn't draft him.
Did not draft him. Didn't want to draft him. That was the ownership telling you, you got to draft this kid from BYU.
Let me step in. They were set on Zach Wilson before any other team set a quarterback, too. They were all in on Zach Wilson, too. I just want to keep going.
Justin Fields.
Yep.
Trey Lance, who didn't pan out, but we don't know what would have happened if he would have got the right organization.
1,000%. I'm going to pull that draft up.
So you get there. You don't get to draft the draft pick you want with the second pick in the draft. All right, you take it on the chin. You move on. You continue to do what you do. The next year, Zach Wilson is terrible.
Yep.
You still manage to win 6 or 7 games, and your defense, again, is like, damn, that's a really good defense.
Yep.
The next year, you get Aaron Rodgers. Everybody is like, the Jets are contenders. I know Aaron was bad a year, but we made all the excuses in the world. His pinky hurt. His thumb hurt. Yep. He didn't like Matt LaFleur. He didn't like the offense.
They say, this is my favorite one, he wasn't locked in.
He wasn't locked in.
He wasn't motivated.
He wasn't motivated to play in the NFL.
Right. Fighting for his
The year after he won an MVP. He just wasn't motivated.
No, fighting for his starting job. Fighting for his starting job, he wasn't motivated.
All right. Whatever. So you get Aaron Rodgers. Now you have Aaron Rodgers. You ask for Alan Lazard, they get you Alan Lazard.
Randall Cobb's on that team somewhere.
You ask for Randall Cobb, they get you Randall Cobb. Yep. You want Nathaniel Hackett to be your offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett is your offensive coordinator. Yeah. Every single thing Aaron asked for, he got.
Yep.
Robert Saleh ain't said a word. This whole time.
He just trying to play defense.
Robert Saleh ain't said a word.
He just trying to play some defense.
Just trying to play defense. What happens? Play for 2023 season. Aaron's Achilles snaps in half.
Yep.
They win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Your quarterback, that the entire offense, first things first, the show about nothing, Shay Shay's room, everybody is spending time. What are the Jets going to do? What are the Jets going to be? Are the New York teams finna finally be contenders? Oh, my goodness, what a day. Yep. Fourth play of the game comes down, tears his Achilles, your rookie quarterback, y'all shitted on for a full offseason, said he can't ever play football again. He sucks. Thank God he's over with. Has to walk in the game knowing everybody in that stadium is disappointed he's on the field.
Hates him almost.
They
didn't even let him dress for the games. They didn't even put him on the active roster the year before.
And yes, the last few games, exactly. Robert Saleh rallies his troop. Obviously, he is distressed in his face. You can see it. But he rallies his troop, and they beat one of the best quarterbacks in football who goes on to make it to the divisional round. They beat that team that night. With all of that going on, they go on to win 7 games with no quarterback, no offensive game plan, a terrible offensive coordinator, no weapons, bad offensive line. Everything is wrong.
Yep.
And yes, injuries too to the offense. And the defense still shows up and wins you 7 games. They didn't win 1 game because of their offense. Right. It was all defensive performances, giving short fields, turnovers, pick sixes, et cetera, et cetera. All Robert Saleh's doing Then the next offseason, this completely trips me out. He finally asked for a player in Hassan Reddick. You know he wants a contract.
Yep.
You trade for him and don't give him a contract.
Yep. So you just traded for nothing.
So you just made a trade for nothing.
Nothing.
When the player you traded for told you why he wanted to be traded, told you what you need, you said, hey, okay, got you. He asked for the contract. You don't give it to him.
He said, I want to get traded because I want a deal. I said, okay. All right, cool. And then don't give him a deal.
And guess what? The defense is still good.
Still good.
You don't lost your D tackle. You don't lost the defensive end to free agency. You brought one in, won't play him. So you playing in with whatever you can bring in. And the defense is still balling.
Elite.
We get to game 5 of the season. The offensive coordinator that Aaron built, the offense that Aaron built with the offensive coordinator that Aaron chose with the receivers other than Garrett Wilson, that Aaron chose is not good. Yep. They've had one good game against the worst team in the NFL. They're not good.
That's a fact. And we do suck, unfortunately.
The Robert Saleh is the scapegoat in this situation because the offense isn't good. We can't fire the offensive coordinator because he's Aaron's buddy.
Yep.
We can't tell Aaron that he's shitty because then he'll just fly back to Egypt.
Yep. Smokes it near my head.
So we'll sit and blame Robert Saleh for a situation he doesn't have any control over.
Yeah.
And use him as a scapegoat. Now in week 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, when this team still sucks, because let me tell you why I know this doesn't even make sense. They hired the defensive coordinator.
Yo.
You fired the nigga running the defense to hire the other nigga running the defense. That has been good.
What's crazy is,
what are you doing?
Wow. So that's where we are now with it, timeline wise. And to continue this timeline metaphor, it doesn't worry me, but if I were a Jets fan, what would worry me is you hear a lot about coaches losing the locker room, quarterbacks losing the locker room. If I'm Sauce Gardner or Quinnen Williams, and we've been carrying this team for 2 years, and you just fired my coach because y'all offense shit, I maybe don't like that. Maybe I don't like that.
And that's a great point. That was one of my points today. Was how do the players feel about this?
Like maybe Sauce Gardner, who might be the best corner in the league, Quinnen Williams, who may be one of the best D tackles in the league, who has been shoulder carrying this offense, this team. Y'all brought in Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Super Bowl MVP from 2001, whatever the fuck he wanted that he been living off of. And we lost to the Broncos. The quarterback had negative yards at one point.
End of the game with 60-yard passes and 9 completions.
We allow 1 touchdown on offense. Aaron gives them another one. The same game. He three picks in that game alone. And my coach got to go. So now we get listen, no matter what I think about their defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh knows more about that defense than him because that's Robert Saleh's defense. So what happens when that defense is not good anymore? Or maybe just not as great as it was. We are reaching tipping point 2. The Pacers were the worst team in the league when you played them. Week 15, that might be you. That might be you.
They used him as a scapegoat. I'm
For
going
sure.
to continue to say that.
That's a scapegoat.
That is a scapegoat.
What's the joint from the Batman movie? They expect one of us in the wreckage, my brother. They expect somebody, my nigga. It just had to be you, my guy.
They did him wrong. Simple as that. But I want to take it off of Robert Saleh for a second and bring it to the Jets organization and the players in that locker room, like you said. Actually, no, let me keep it on Saleh and the players. Yeah. Because the past 2 seasons, they have been 7-9.
Yep.
And I'm more so focused on the first season because I think we can admit as a collective sports media that the first season don't matter. When you didn't have a quarterback, the rookie was bad, it don't matter. So last season, we're going to take. Do you know how great of a leader you have to be for your quarterback to go down, your star quarterback, the savior goes down? This rookie quarterback that was bad last year, really bad the year before, is going to be the quarterback going forward. The ownership doesn't want to make a move because they don't want to make Aaron uncomfortable.
And as you mentioned, They are so tied to Zach Wilson, they won't let you go get somebody else. Because that was their boy.
That was their boy. This is who we drafted.
Remember, the plan was Aaron Rodgers going to teach Zach Wilson how to be good.
Uh-huh.
So we can't get rid of Zach Wilson because he's supposed to be good later because the owner like him.
So, again, I'm at a standstill because the owner wants to make a decision based on what the quarterback wants and not what I want as the head coach.
Yep.
But knowing all of this, feeling all of this, understanding all of this, the only person I can go home and talk to this about is my wife. My wife's the only person that knows what the frustration I'm dealing with.
Facts.
I got to come into the building every day, chin up, chest out, and coach and lead a group of men and lead a group of coaches.
Yeah.
And I did that. And I led the team from what we thought was going to win 2 games to a team that won 7 games. And along the way, beat some pretty good quarterbacks.
Facts.
If you had just a decent quarterback that year, not Aaron Rodgers because he was shit and he's bad. Yep. If you just had a Brock Purdy or something.
Regular guy.
They might have won 10 games last year.
Trevor Lawrence on that team, they won 10 games.
Exactly. The level of leadership it takes, the level of coaching ability it takes for you to be able to gather that locker room,
keep them locked
gather
in.
those troops, and keep them focused on the same mission, the same vision throughout the season is impressive in and itself and should have at least got him 10 games.
Facts.
If the Jets were 3-7 right now, I wouldn't be saying shit.
Right.
But the Jets are 2-3 right now, and the reason they are 2-3 is because their offense was bad in all of the games they lost. San Francisco, offense was terrible. Broncos, the offense didn't score 1 touchdown.
Disgusting.
Again, Ish pointed it out. At one point, your defense had the quarterback with negative yards. He ended the game with 60 yards.
60 yards in the game.
And they lost because the offense couldn't score a touchdown.
Yep.
The week later, the number 1 offense in football with the best play caller and the best receiver we have seen in 10 years walks into London. And you held them to 16 points.
1 touchdown.
1 touchdown.
They were averaging 28 points a game.
You held them to 1 tub. And Aaron helped them get another one. And we walk out of that game and look at the head coach as the reason this team is bad. It is asinine. It is terrible. It's egregious what they did.
I have a new nickname for the Jets. I think you might like this. Panthers North. They're Panthers North. That is how we need to look at the Jets. The Jets have a bad owner who is impulsive, who is in the way of this team being good. Because what this fire tells me is Woody Johnson was embarrassed. He ain't like being embarrassed. Billionaires want to see. When something like that happens, they want somebody fired, so somebody had to get fired, and Aaron Rodgers' contract is guaranteed. That's what I look at it as. And Robert Saleh, you just got the short end of the stick, but, you know, 2 things can be true. I can say it's not your fault, and I believe it's not your fault. But on the other hand, life's just not fair. Life's just not fair, bro. Is it your fault that Aaron Rodgers is a shell of himself, smoking drugs in the offseason, skipping minicamp, can't throw a touchdown to save his life? I mean, he probably just played the worst game worst game he's played in 10 years, maybe.
Easily.
And it's your fault? Listen, it's not fair.
It's not.
Coming off an Achilles in a new system with mediocre at best weapons, you have one of the worst play callers in the league. Is it your fault?
I saw somebody say today, well, he should have made Aaron play in the preseason. Aaron wouldn't show up to a mandatory minicamp.
Yeah.
He would show up to a mandatory practice.
Yeah.
On a new team. On a year he's coming off an injury.
Off an
and you
Achilles.
think he could have made him play in the preseason?
Off an Achilles. And what's so kind of like damning just towards Aaron, because of course I'm going to get my little Aaron shots in here, is if Kirk Cousins was asked right now, you could at least be like, you know what? It's the Achilles. You could at least be like, you know what? It's a hard injury to come back from. Nobody really. No, because you know what Kirk Cousins did? He went to the mini camps. Him and his wife, they prayed every day on the way to practice. I know that little family, they did all the workouts, all the physical therapy.
And took Tuesday off.
Now, Aaron, with his ayahuasca and his single Pat McAfee friends, I don't know if he was as locked in, and you see it in the games. Because this is what makes me so mad about the Aaron talent, arm talent, he throw the ball. The game looked too fast for Aaron. And you want to tell me it's the Achilles, but it's not. The game is too fast for Aaron right now because the offense that he grew up, like the offense he won MVPs playing,
Don't work no more.
That shit don't work no more, my nigga. That no freeze motion snap. Jordy Nelson not walking through them doors, bro. Devontae Adams not walking through them doors. And if he was, he damn sure ain't now. Y'all just fired the coach.
Why would Devontae Adams want to go play for that team?
Like, why would I Devontae Adams be like, man, I'm out in one of the worst ran teams in the league. I don't know what's happening with my quarterback the next couple of years. We suck. Let me go do that in New York. In New York. Where you can't let nothing slide under the radar. Odell was a wide receiver. They was like, man, Odell, why aren't the Giants winning? Fam, like, I'm a wide receiver, my nigga. Well, you're the star. Because, listen, and Devontae, you know, it ain't going to be Aaron who gets the blame. And what's so shameful about it is because when we were here for the draft special and we argued about how good Aaron Rodgers was, everybody told me he was going to be top 15. Niggas laughed me out the room. He's nowhere near even top 20 right now in any quarterback ranking. But my last question was, why do y'all think Aaron Rodgers is playing this year? Do y'all think Aaron Rodgers is playing at his age post Achilles because he thinks he's a good quarterback still? Or is his ego, like he admitted, pushing him to play on a team he's not good enough to play for? His ego is too big for him to understand he is not that guy. Who the fuck is calling from South Carolina? But yeah, it's cool there.
I agree with everything you said. To wrap this up, because we've been going for about 20 minutes, I'm disappointed, but it says something that was important, is that I think this might be the best thing for Robert Saleh. I 100% agree with that. In situations where, you know the girl that fine as hell?
Yeah.
She got everything. She ass too fat.
Yeah.
She pretty.
Pretty laugh.
Pretty laugh. Her voice sound good when she gives you your voice note. Like that type of girl.
Yeah.
But she is the worst person you've ever met in your entire life.
Facts. We all know one.
And no one. Is she the girl? Is so-and-so coming?
Yeah.
She one of them.
Yeah.
But you can't get away.
For the ladies listening, the girl that laugh at your boyfriend jokes a little too much. She just laugh a little. Oh my god damn! Just give him a little tap.
The one that rub his arm when she give him a hug.
Yeah.
You gotta let her go.
Yeah.
You know you gotta let her go. Robert Saleh, the Jets were that girl. It was time to go. I know you want to be a head coach. I know being a black Muslim, one of the first black Muslim head coach, meant something to you. Especially in a city like New York, where you win in New York, you are ingratiated in culture forever. Forget New York culture.
Yeah.
You're ingratiated in culture forever.
Facts.
Niggas still fuck with Stephon Marbury.
Oh God.
Spike Lee is living off New York, sitting on being a New York Knicks fan.
Yeah.
That's how people know Spike Lee.
Facts. You can't name me the most famous Colts fan in the league. No, you can't.
Like it's a thing. So
Yeah.
I understand your passion. I understand your frustration. But there is a silver lining in every dark story. And the silver lining here is I know the Ravens would be really, really happy to get a new defense coordinator.
Listen, I was gonna say, hey, listen, Robert, this is the part of the story where you gotta, like Dave said, you gotta see the silver lining. It's like, man, I let this one joint go, but man, that Philadelphia shorty been looking for it, nigga.
Come on now.
Listen, that Philadelphia girl been looking for somebody.
Come on now.
She got all this talent. She just needs some defense.
Just need some defense.
I know.
Hey, the Cincinnati Bengals can't stop a cold, son.
Can't stop a nosebleed.
Can't stop nothing. It's some quarterbacks you can go to. It's some defenses you can go to that got some talent.
Some quarterbacks that ain't smoking ayahuasca.
It's some places you can go.
I'm telling you.
And I know for a fact, them coaches, the GMs, when you get in this interview and you tell them what you had to deal with and what you faced and how you overcame it, they are going to want you in that locker room.
Yeah.
When you get that call back, when Kyle Shanahan get that call and be like, hey, what did you get with Robert Saleh?
Yeah.
That recommendation will be glowing.
Facts.
When they call Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams, that recommendation will be glowing. You will have another opportunity as a head coach.
I like him in New England.
Make sure you have a quarterback. Yeah. That is all you need to know, bro. And I know you know that because that defense has been good since you got there. You've had the personnel. You've had, and the thing that's the most important thing. That defense was good when Sauce got there. Yeah. That defense been good no matter who was playing on that defense.
Before he literally helped, and that's my thing is Sauce was amazing, best corner coming out the draft. Of course, he's one of the best corners in the league. He's not Sauce without Robert Saleh. Like the way the Colorado plays a certain defense because of Travis Hunter, the Jets play to Sauce's strength. And you see that. You saw that in the Vikings game where everyone's holding because they got to play man-to-man because Sauce the only one that can take Jettas one-on-one. So the rest of you niggas got to play man-to-man too. Like, you see where Robert Saleh is for sure a good defensive coach.
No question. But
defensive coaches, you got to have a guy. You got to have – and that is the sad part about Robert, this ending next way, because he thought Rodgers was going to be that guy. Mm-hmm. I needed someone I could hand this offense to, like Bill Belichick did with Tom Brady, like Andy Reid does with Spags. Like, if you're gonna be on one side of the ball and you're an expert, you need an expert on the other side of the ball.
Agreed.
And Nat Hackett just isn't that.
Like Dan Quinn is doing with Cliff Kingsbury.
Exactly. Literally.
But yeah, man, I would want Robert Saleh. What I want, I'm advising a man that knows way more than me. It's crazy. But but I would selfishly, I want him to go into an advisor role, either head back to San Francisco, take over that job. I would like him in a defensive advisor role for the Ravens, for the Eagles, for Cincinnati. Yeah. One of these teams that have a really good offense, but their defense just isn't clicking. Right. The Ravens, I think, would be the best spot for him. And this isn't biased. This is genuinely, I think it's the best spot for him because the Ravens are known for defense. Right. And San Francisco is right behind them. I have them at 1A, 1B because they're known for defenses and they're going to be good teams. Right. It's a chance because Cincinnati corners are terrible. They're terrible, and their best corner just tore his ACL for the season. So I don't know if Cincinnati and Philadelphia genuinely have the personnel because I like Vic Fangio. So I'm not going to sit here and be like Vic Fangio don't know what he's doing when all his defenses have been good ever. Yeah. So they may not have the personnel. Baltimore and San Francisco, I know have the personnel. Yeah. They just have been – Baltimore is in too much man, and I can't really figure out what is going on with San Francisco. I think it's their secondary, but as you said, he crafted a whole defense to help a corner out. Yeah. So I bet he can do that again. So I really think that's Robert Saleh's best move, but I really do feel bad for the man because getting fired in this way, especially in New York when everything is spotlighted, and then it coming out, they escorted him out the building. Yeah. Like disrespectful. Like just disrespectful. Yeah. Like I can't say bye to my players. I can't give my team one final speech. Yeah. It's like, it's that serious? Yeah. So I know it's something more than just, we had to let him go. This is a bigger deal, and one day either he's gonna tell it all or somebody's gonna come out and tell it all. And the last thing I'll say is
one of them young niggas gonna tweet about it. Watch.
One of the you ain't lying. The young niggas crashed, dog. The young niggas crashed.
Listen, you said this during the beef about Kanye. He was like, "That's why I like Kanye because he gonna say some shit he not supposed to." Sauce Gardner gonna say something he not supposed to.
For sure. Even if it's mic'd up, they gonna catch him slipping mic'd up.
Yeah, for real.
But last thing, I knew that push wasn't nothing. That was weird.
Oh yeah, that little weird hug. Yeah,
that was not. Yeah, because as a man, even if you're frustrated, even if you are in the heat of battle and you like this defense got to get whatever he said he felt, you saw him coming in for a hug. Right. You're not stupid,
right? And dog,
you know where you are. You know where you play. You know who you are.
You know everybody's looking at you.
You know everybody's looking at you, Aaron Rodgers. You know you pushing your coach made a statement. Yeah. You pushed your coach off of you and was like, his ego.
Let me say this. Because this is like I genuinely think I might hate Aaron Rodgers because like everything he do make me so mad. Because what make me mad is he in that clip he wants to be like, yo, the win first guy lock in. We not fam. Your teams have sucked for years, my nigga. You have been the nigga running around, throw a touchdown versus the Bears who got 3 wins. Discount, double check, my nigga. You know the camera's on you. You know the camera's on you. Because that's why you celebrate after touchdowns. You throw because for your little commercials because you know the cameras are watching. To upstage your coach like that and a little tit for tat, of course, my mom is a Jets fan. My mom is a casual Jets fan. She watches every game, but she's not on Twitter. She's not on SportsCenter. My mom said, why did Aaron Rodgers push Robert Saleh like that? I said, because he's a weirdo, Mom. Because he can't get along with nobody. And no matter what happens, he needs somebody not to get along with. And she was like, yeah, that's what it looked like. Everyone can tell, Aaron. Everyone can tell. And every day you get a little farther from the Packers, they get a little better. Matt LaFleur looks like a little better of a coach. Them wide receivers you said. Niggas killed. He's playing with rookies. Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson. January, they look pretty good to me.
They look pretty good.
They look
pretty good to me.
Packers, they say, you know what? We got a pretty good team. Let's just keep everybody but Rodgers. And made the playoffs. Like, when is it going to click? And lastly, on Rodgers, before we move on, you niggas who spent the offseason, well, Tom Brady did it. Enough.
I knew it was coming.
Enough.
I knew we weren't getting through it.
It's over. That nigga is not Tom Brady. Stop putting him in, like, Tom Brady discussions. Drew Brees couldn't do it. He in Drew Brees discussion. He in that bag of niggas. He's not in Tom Brady discussions, bro. Like, yo, like, that shit made me so mad. Well, Tom Brady went to Tampa. They had a good defense, fam. Tom Brady was throwing for, like, 500 yards a game in Tampa. Aaron Rodgers ain't had 300 yards since Trump was in office, bro. Give it a rest. It's over. He's done. Jet season, over. I don't care if Devontae Adams, Terrell Owens, Ocho Cinco walk through that door. He's not good. Finito.
And that's the end of that segment. That was amazing. Yeah. We will move on and get to some more positive things and talk about a list that the Jets are not on. We haven't done this before. Show, if you're an OG listener and been listening to the show for a while, you know it was two things we did during every football season: top 10 teams and pick every game.
Yep.
We have grown out of that. We have grown as a show, but today we're gonna do top 10 teams. I said I would do this. We would do this around week 6, around week 11 to 12, and then again at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So this will be our first one for the year. I have mine up and ready to go. This will be posted on TikTok as well, so go check it out there. But at number 10, I was thinking about two teams, and it's really hard. Actually, no, let me go through because we got time today, so I'll actually just go through first, and then we'll talk about them after you go. All right, at number 10, changing it, yo.
I changed it right now.
I'm changing number 10 right now. At number 10, I have the 49ers. I know the record. They're still the 49ers. At number 9, I have the Bears. At number 8, I have the Falcons. 7, Packers. 6, Texans. 5, Vikings. 4, Commanders. 3, Lions. 2, Ravens. And 1, still the Chiefs reign king. You good, or you want me to talk a little bit?
No, I got my list. List. So 10. So you did 10 to 1. I'm gonna do 1 to 10.
Okay, bet.
Chiefs at 1. Ravens 2, Lions 3, Vikings 4. I still got the 49ers 5. Bucks 6, Commanders 7, Seahawks, Bills, Bears. I think so. You want to just break them down now? So
yeah.
So there are a couple of names on that list. Y'all are gonna. Oh, hold on. Let me change that. Let me change that right now. That should not be what it is.
All right. And you said 6 who? Give me 6 through 10 again.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. So the first 5 was right. We'll
Chiefs, Ravens, Lions, Vikings, 49ers.
Yeah. Okay. That should be the Texans, not the Bucks.
All right.
Should be Texans 6, Commanders, Seahawks, Bucks, Bears. That's the top 10. I'm gonna text you too.
Okay, bet.
All right, bet. So hold on, I'm just gonna say it again so we can just cut that part. All right, bet. So my top 10, he said 10 to 1. I'm gonna do 1 to 10. Chiefs up top, Patrick Mahomes 1, Ravens, Lions, Vikings, 49ers, Texans, Commanders, Seahawks, and then Bucks and Bears riding out 9 and 10.
I really, really like that list. All right, so we'll start where because the top 5 will kind of just hit the key points because we kind of have those 7. But the bottom 6 through 10, let's discuss there. You have the Bears at 10. I have the 49ers at 10. You have the 49ers higher. Yeah. I'm going to explain why. I was thinking about Steelers and 49ers between my 9 and 10. Steelers, 49ers, and Bucks. Right. When I do this, I like to think about, all right, if they play today, who would I choose? And right now, between those 3 teams, I still think I like the 49ers more. I am okay with the struggles they're having because I said me, Ish, and Stun, I believe, had a conversation about Brock Purdy and what would happen if Christian McCaffrey was gone for the season. And I said I'm not sure if they'll make the playoffs, but I do know over a 4-game span they'll go 2-2. Went 2-2 over the first 4 games. Yeah. Now Christian is missing a little bit longer than I thought he was. Yeah. Lost a game they should have won last week against the Cardinals. I do put a good bit of blame of that on Brock Purdy because the defense was pretty good. 23 points against a really good offense is not bad. So Why I still have them there is because of Kyle Shanahan, and it is simple as that. I am going to trust an offense with an offensive minded to figure it out before I'm going to trust a defense like the Steelers to just stop a good offense over and over again when you put no pressure on the offense. They're similar to the Jets, and their offense a little bit more creative, but it's still very, very basic. Run on first and second down. Third down, kind of give Justin Fields a little bit of rain, and then not really. Right. And I think that's where Steelers they're going to mess up Justin Fields and ruin what they have of him, and then try to put Russ in and change the offense. But the offense is not built for Russ. Right. The offense is not built for a quarterback that's going to drop back, throw the ball 35 times a game, and take us to the promised land. The offense needs some creativity. The offense needs a dynamic player at their quarterback because they don't have the playmakers around him. Yeah. So that is why I don't have them at 10, because I don't think they're going to change the offense when they need to. Okay. And in the Bucs, I just trust Kyle Shanahan more than Todd Bowles. Yeah, I like the Bucs. I don't think nothing's wrong with them.
Listen, I like the Bucs. They started. I got them 9 right now, just because who they played and how well Baker's played. But get to week 9, 10, they won't be in these type of lists. They started off a great year, but I don't think their long term will be viable to compete. So for my list, after about 4, it's we're kind of just throwing people in there who I think are good, but they all kind of have one thing that's worrying me. Like the Commanders, I think they look amazing. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is Peyton Manning with legs. I don't know if he can keep playing like that. But also that defense worries me because I don't know if they can get stops. The Seahawks, they look great. They have a confusing loss, but I still think Geno's playing pretty well. And then the Texans, not the Texans, the 49ers. I have the 49ers 5th. I think they are not a Super Bowl contender without Christian McCaffrey, but I think they are a solid playoff team between what weapons they still have left and Kyle Shanahan still being, Kyle Shanahan. Now, like I said before the year, this will not be a great 49ers season just because I think there's too much tread on the tires, too many playoff games, too many wars. They played 20 games, 3 straight seasons, more than almost anybody probably than the Chiefs and the Eagles. But they are an injury away from not being a competitive team.
Agreed. Agreed.
Fred Warner, and we said this the other day, I still think Fred Warner might be second or third. Top 3 players in the NFL, however you want to rank them.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the Bears. We've been sticking on them for a little bit. I do like having some teams we talk about every week. So going back to the Bears, I want to first say good job, Shane Wardolph. You're coming along.
Listen, baby steps, Shane.
Baby steps. We gave a lot of flack to you. Well, specifically me. I gave a lot of flack to you, but I do have to remind myself you're a rookie too. Yep. This is your first stint at this, so it's time for you to learn. Yeah. I do think you watched that Monday night game with Jaden Daniels, and you saw how easy they were making the offense for him. And after that game, that offense has looked completely different than how they're using Caleb. And Caleb has played his best game on Sunday. And again, I don't care about the offense. That defense is crazy.
That defense is tweet.
That defense is crazy.
Jalen Johnson will be in Defensive Player of the Year talks.
That is why I have them at 9. Yeah. I have them at 9. The teams I have in front of them in the NFC are the Falcons, Packers, and Vikings, and Lions. Lions, I still think they're going to the Super and Commanders. I still think the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. I don't think they're in the echelon of that team yet, and I actually would have the Commanders as a step above them right now because they kind of look like the best offense I've ever seen in my life.
Ever.
So
any offense. He completing 80% of his passes.
But what is happening over there, dog? Every time I look up, they get a third down or a 90-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Lions and Commanders and elevate them a level, but they're in the tier of the Packers, Falcons, Bears, and Vikings. They're in that tier. I'm not, and I like them because of their defense. Right. Where I do think later in the year it will come. Even if they do get that 6 or 7 seed, why I won't like them in the playoffs is because I still don't think Shane is, all right, let me line up against Ben Johnson. Right. Let me line up against Kevin Stefanski and call a game to match them. Right. Because all of these teams have good defenses. Yeah. So I'm not really taking a huge step into their defense is going to win them the game. Right. Their defense is going to be good enough to keep them in the game. And now I'm looking on the other side of the ball. All right, which offense do I trust more to go get that game-winning drive, to go get that touchdown, to go up 10 or whatever? And that just isn't the Bears right now. Right. So I still have them a little bit low at 9. But Bears fans, you should be very encouraged from what you're seeing.
If you are a Bears fan today, this is the first day you've woken up in the last 8 years with happy thoughts on your mind. Because of course, on this show, I've been the Bears, Caleb Williams guy, and every week it's kind of going how we told you it was going to go. Mm-hmm. First week, brand new coordinator, Titans D-line is still crazy. I told y'all Titans D-line was crazy. But like you said, Shane, this is his first game. His first time calling plays in the NFL he got a rookie quarterback. It's not like Caleb Williams is like Andrew Luck or Peyton Manning. Yeah, just 7-step drop, throw it here. Like Caleb Williams want to do a lot of different stuff. And you got 3 elite almost wide receivers. I think Rome is the best one right now between Rome and DJ Moore, because I think DJ Moore is going to end up doing everything intermediate and short. I think he'll be everything, crossers, ends, short post like you saw the second touchdown. I think Rome is going to be everything over the top, and I think Keenan Allen is going to be everything in the intermediate, short yardage, little inside out route.
I think Keenan is the win guy. Yeah. Third down, I need you to go win a 4-yard route.
Exactly.
That's what Keenan is for.
Keenan is separate, knows where to be in the zone, know who's going to win with just his routes. Mm-hmm. But this is the first time we're getting to week 5 where they're all on the field, they're all healthy. We all got a full week of practice. And now you're seeing what I really wanted to see from Caleb, because, of course, even though I'm a big Caleb guy, there were still things I needed to see to make sure that, like, my take wasn't just me tweaking or, like, me dick riding. I needed to see him being okay with them being the best players in the game. With him just drop back and distribute. That's what I needed to see. And this week was the first time I saw where it was like, oh, yeah, I'm really only going to do this if 2 niggas grab me. It wasn't like I'm holding 30-step drop, I see flash, I'm out. No. He was standing in there. He was going to wait for a nigga to grab him to try to escape, because he knows, man, if I get one more second, I can put this on Rome. If I get one more second, I could get it to Keenan. And that was the little steps you're seeing. And you do see the little flashes, and sometimes, got to get outside. There was a couple times he got outside the pocket, got first downs, but he's sliding. And it's looking like he knows this isn't something I'm going to be doing a couple times a drive. Once or twice, I get out of a D lineman, but the rest of these times, I need to get the ball out to these playmakers, and they were all making really great plays. So.
And I said this about the playmaking situation, about how he wants to run around, do the loop-de-loops.
Yeah.
That is harder when you think you need to do it.
Facts.
Like, when Mahomes does it, you can tell it's a very natural thing. When Lamar does it, it's a very natural thing. Yeah. When he did it last week, it looked like this is a natural progression of how the play should be going.
Right.
When you are rushing out of that, now that means you're thinking the game too much. So your throws are naturally going to be a little off target, a little to the left, a little high, because you're thinking too much.
Yep.
So the game looks like it's coming to him a lot easier. It's just said the game for Aaron Rodgers looks fast. It looks like it's slowing down for Caleb.
1,000%. And you're seeing him make the reads. Because week 1 and at USC, they would always give him full field reads. Mm-hmm. You're seeing him now pre-snap identify, like he did on the DJ Moore touchdown, and the communication is there now too. Communication is there now between DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome, and all of these players, where there were plays where I think Rome had like a 70-yard bomb he could have hit versus Quarters with a deep post, I think week 4. But there was a D lineman flash. He couldn't get it to him. And that is something where it's like, man, I would love for you to hang in the pocket and try to make that throw. But as they communicate more, it keeps Roman Doomsday calm. It keeps DJ Moore calm, because you saw it go the other way in the game last week. That's why it was so important, where they come out, DJ Moore is they're running to different landmarks. DJ Moore is running a certain speed to get to the pylon, and Caleb's throwing to the back of the pylon. And you see DJ Moore come off the field frustrated, like, man, that's a touchdown. And they're both right, because it's both a touchdown, but they're on different pages. But in that same game, you see them talk it out, fix it. And stuff like that is super important for a rookie quarterback. It's super important that the situation around him, kind of like Jaden Daniels, it's not a bunch of young niggas around him. It's not a bunch of people trying to prove themselves. It's not a bunch of people who need you to make that throw. They are actually trying to help and uplift him. Like Zach Ertz in Washington, he's not there because he's catching 1,000 yards. He's there to help Jaden Daniels mature, help Jaden Daniels understand how to play the game. Exactly. And that's what you're seeing out of Keenan Allen being there more for Caleb, and DJ Moore is a veteran now.
Yeah.
I don't know if people realize he's been around the block a little bit. Mm-hmm. He played with a lot of people. So if you're a Bears fan, this is looking up from here.
Agreed. All right, Falcons.
Dirty Birds! Woo woo! Yes, sir!
Actually, I'm sorry to hold issues excitement for a little bit. We're going to talk about that game, so we'll skip the Bengals, the Ravens, because I'm going to talk about like 4 games, and then we'll do doctor's orders and get out of here. But Packers.
Bills, too.
Oh, yeah. Actually, since the Bills aren't on the top 10, you go to Bills first. You go to Bills first.
Josh Allen, boy. Oh, boy. Listen to me, man. You don't even know what you doing to niggas out here. You got niggas like my man to the left. My best mans, nigga. Know this nigga my whole life. You letting niggas like him down, bruh. Niggas I respect. Real niggas out here in the streets going to war. Niggas like Stunner. Niggas who in the all 22. Niggas who in that film sesh. They was calling that nigga Cam Newton last month, bruh. 9 for 30?
That's bad.
9 for 30? And you know what?
Literally never been done before.
I could be cool with 9 for 30, right? I could be like I could let it slide if you just don't turn your brain off those last 3 passes. Now, it's a lot of stuff going around. Was he concussed? Was he not?
I was about to say, so his brain might have been off.
Listen, you might have been concussed for sure. Listen, we'll revisit. But the utter disbelief on your coach's face, you better not been in the right state of mind. Because it was 3 straight incompletions. He threw the first one. Niggas like, what is he doing? The second one, McDermott on the sideline, like, get the first. McDermott on the sideline tweaking. Like, what the fuck is this nigga? He is launching deep bombs into double coverage. Like, Josh Allen, I don't even think it's your fault for real. Because you are who you are in the NFL, making all the money in the world you could ever make, dating Haley Steinfeld, which I don't know why she likes you more than she does me, but because of your arm talent, because of what niggas, he's an elite passer. He just throws the ball really hard. He's way better passer than Cam. Reed's defense is way better. 9 for 30 though. But you're here because you gotta risk it for the biscuit. Gotta go for the big one. Can't never take underneath. And last year when y'all lost the playoff game, doing the same shit you just did, niggas was like, well, that's what you gotta do. Well, you actually don't right now. Even Mahomes isn't doing that. Nobody's playing that way, Josh Allen, but you. You gotta stop. And just a little sidebar before we get off the Bills. Doug McDermott, look around. You're next. You're next. Either you fix Josh Allen or
Sean, you said
Doug. Oh, shout out Doug McDermott though.
Yeah. Salute to the real killer.
Yeah, hey, Dougie McBucket. Shout out Dougie McBucket. But Sean McDermott, like, if you don't fix Josh Allen, you'll be next. Ask Robert Saleh.
Agreed.
Ask them who contract guaranteed. Because it ain't yours.
All right. I do have a little quick on the Bills. I was higher on the Bills this year. I said they was going to win the division. I still thought they was going to win the division. I think it's chosen to win the division as well, just because I think the division is bad.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. I think.
And I still think that's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh no, I said Dolphins, but Tua cut his brain off.
Yeah, that's true. All right. My wish for you, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Monday night, please. I need 40.
Who they play Monday?
Jets.
Oh my God.
I need 40.
Listen, talk about this is why I love the NFL. Because
best TV show on earth.
Best TV show on earth because sometimes somebody lost your game for real. So, sometimes you gotta go in and kick a nigga when he down. Like.
Yes, sir. I need Josh Allen to come out there and throw for 400, dog.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie, Josh Allen, you gotta run it up on them niggas.
Like he has to. He has to.
Division rival, you gotta run it up on them
I'm
niggas.
telling you. But what I will say about the Bills is your fans, the Bills fans, you guys should relax.
Yeah.
The season is not lost. The managing expectations as a fan is something I talked to Stunner about. It's like I'm not going to be a diehard Falcons fan and be sad about Falcons games when they suck. Right. I'm not doing that. I care and love sports too much, too passionately.
Should have ruined my day. Listen, you know how much I love the Patriots? I don't even listen. I got to 2019, I got to a point, y'all not going to ruin my day.
Yo, let me tell you something. That Baltimore-Cincinnati game, I was standing up from 7 minutes into the third quarter until the end of overtime. Standing up. I'm by myself. There's no one in the house. I am standing up 3 inches in front of my TV for 45 minutes.
Staring at
like,
that shit.
I care about this shit too much, bro. When the Warriors lost to the Lakers, I went home. I was somewhere. I went home.
Yeah.
I don't play well. Like, no. I don't watch important games
I'm
around
a sore
people.
loser.
Don't talk shit around me.
I'm a sore loser, bro.
I'm a competitive ass nigga. Grew up with 2 brothers. Like, I don't play that. So
yeah, hell no, I don't play that shit.
To my Bills fans,
Yeah.
you guys got to manage your expectations.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a Super Bowl team. They have, as I just called Keenan Allen, they have no third down winners.
Nope.
They don't have anybody to create any real separation. I like Keon Coleman. He does not separate well at this moment.
Can't catch the ball either.
And I was about to say, doesn't have the best hands either. I like Shakir, but he's not going to be good enough for your offense to get to the Super Bowl, and the defense isn't good enough for us to have Josh Allen to be a superhero for 5 plays and we carry him the rest of the way.
Right.
They're not built like that. If they had the Steelers' defense, they'd be a real Super Bowl contender.
Facts.
But because their defense is middle of the pack and their offense is middle of the pack, they're not a Super Bowl contender. But the good news is you might be able to win this division with 4 wins.
I ain't gonna lie. No. 7 wins win this division.
Deadass. Like, with the way this division is going, like, you might be able to win this going 8-9, 9-8. So that is why I'm saying they're still going to do that.
I ain't mean to cut you off, but Drake May playing this week for a reason.
Oh, is he?
Drake May is going to play this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
They're saying that we're doing a QB change, but I 1,000 think the reason is this is the worst division I've probably ever seen. The Dolphins will not win 5 games if Tua does not play. The Jets may not win 5 games, no matter who plays. And the Patriots,
our coaches,
like the Patriots, like if we win 8 games, we might be in the playoffs. Like,
niggas get a hot 4 gamer. Shit,
yeah,
we gonna be looking up.
Listen, we beat the Dolphins twice, beat the Jets once. I mean, that's 4 wins right there. Like,
oh shit, you already beat the Bengals. Shit,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yo, it's only up from here.
But yeah, so don't lose faith in the Bills, but control the type of faith you have. Because if you think this is a Super Bowl team, you think they're beating the Ravens, you think they're beating the Ravens, Bengals, Texans, and Chiefs, you're dumb. Yeah. I mean, I said Bengals. If the Bengals get in the playoffs, you're not beating them either. But I don't think they'll make the playoffs. So there is the Ravens, Texans, and Chiefs are head and shoulders above, and Lions are head and shoulders above every other team in the NFL. Like, head and shoulders. Yeah. And actually, it's really the Ravens, Chiefs, and Lions are head and shoulders. The Texans are on a tier by themselves because I'm still not sure if they're clicking like they're supposed to. Yeah. They keep winning games because they're coached well. You can tell they like playing with each other, and they haven't played crazy competition yet, but something just isn't right with that all the way with the offense.
Listen. Someone's gonna get a 40 burger from them, and we're gonna be like, oh yeah, and then they're gonna click from them, and I don't know who it's gonna be, but y'all listen, it's gonna be. I'm gonna look at their schedule. One of these teams coming up is going to get the doors blasted off of them, and because once the Texans start clicking, that team looks ridiculous. And I want to agree, and I want to piggyback off what you're saying about managing expectations, especially with the upper echelon in the NFL. And I want to say this for Bills fans especially, because y'all niggas be in my mentions more than almost any other sports fan base, which is incredible, considering I know niggas from Buffalo. There's not even that many people in Buffalo. Y'all got to stop putting Josh Allen in conversations he should not be in. Well, don't say that Josh Allen is going to walk into Baltimore and carry them versus the Ravens. He's not that nigga. He's not. Like Lamar, Josh, you saw the difference. It is a difference. The same way I think it's a tier with the quarterbacks. I think Mahomes on his own tier. Lamar is on his own tier. Figure out the rest for y'all niggas.
That's how I feel.
Like, I am, like, that is another thing y'all got to start managing, bro. Y'all got to stop putting these expectations on Josh Allen like he Mahomes, like he Lamar. He need help. When y'all had Stephon Diggs and the number 1 defense on total yard scoring, Von Miller coming off the edge, it was all tee-hee-ha-ha, Lamar ain't got nobody to throw to. And they were still winning. Now it's your turn, Josh. Now Stephon Diggs ain't out there. Matt Milano not walking through them doors. Friend of the show, Matt Milano, rest up. Tre'Davious White, he on another team getting cooked. Jordan Poyer, gone. Who's the other safety? Micah Hyde, gone.
On another team getting cooked is crazy.
Like, that team is completely different, Josh. And the difference is Mahomes, Lamar, the type of quarterbacks your fans, you niggas say he should be in, they don't need that to be a competitive team. Lamar took over for a team that was going to be picking first in the draft that year, mid-season, and took them to the playoffs. Mahomes stepped in, worst defense in the NFL. Let's go.
AFC Championship.
AFC Championship minimum. Like, I don't want to hear, especially right now, and I'm going to speak for all Lamar niggas, because I know Daniel Lamar nigga, I'm a Lamar nigga. I don't want to hear, well, who's he going to throw to? Well, you had Stephon Diggs for 4 years. Or how long he was here. You had all these niggas to throw to, and you couldn't get it done. And when Lamar didn't have Stephon Diggs.
Won an MVP, Willie Snead.
Willie Snead at wide receiver 1. Mark Andrews. Isaiah Likely.
What's his receiver 1?
And y'all discredit that. So what I don't want to hear is, well, Doug McDermott's a bad coach. He don't have nobody to throw to. All right. Yeah. Hey, he's supposed to be the most talented player in the world. Somebody should tell the defense. He's 9 for 30.
All right. Few quick hitters. We spoke about the Texans. I gotta watch some more Texans football. I gotta go back and watch some film, some All-22, some all of that. And I'll have more on the Texans next week. Commanders, I've watched a lot of.
Yeah.
That offense is serious.
Yeah. Cliff Kingsbury is a genius.
I'm always wait for the rookie wall. Something's gonna happen. You said this 3 weeks ago, and it actually made me go back and look at some quarterback draft picks. And if you're an elite quarterback, we know.
That's what they just start tweaking.
It is no more wait 3 years, let them line up in the I formation 90 times a year. It's none of that anymore. Right. Once you know, you know.
Yep.
And Jaden Daniels is him.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels is another elite quarterback. In 2 years, we'll be talking about him as a top 5 to 7 quarterback, and we'll be having Jaden and Caleb debates for the rest of eternity.
Facts. He might win the MVP next year if he keeps playing like this.
The defense is the issue, though.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been able to be made an issue because the last time they saw an elite offense, they elite offensed them.
Yeah.
in the Bengals.
They just went band for band.
They just went band for band with the Bengals, and they ended up scoring a touchdown they needed to win. So we ignored that they gave up a touchdown or a field goal on every single possession. We just forgot about it.
Yeah, no punts in that game.
And then who did they play last week? Or this just past Sunday? I have it right here. I have it right here. I don't need to. They played the Browns. The Browns suck. So who cares? This week, they play the Ravens. The game of the week should be on Sunday Night Football. But, of course, we didn't know that going into the season.
Right.
This game right here is going to be the game that we realized, okay, they're not going to go very far. But if they fix that defense, they're Super Bowl contenders. Because the thing is last week, the Baltimore Ravens learned what they cannot do anymore, and that is play man-to-man against elite receivers. Yeah. The only teams that give that Baltimore defense real trouble are teams with elite receivers because they are predominantly man team. Right. And you cannot predominantly run man on Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Yeah. You're going to lose.
Jamar Chase still him.
Jamar Chase took that took that screen to the crib, and I said,
yeah, he's still him, bro. He's still him.
Whoa. Yeah. Like, he got a different gear. Like, when he hit that second gear, you are not touching that nigga. He's different.
I don't know if you heard this, but he broke Odell's record for 60-yard touchdowns in your first season.
I did not.
He has 10 60-yard touchdowns already.
He's different.
He already has 10. That's the NFL record.
And that one, he caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Shit.
Yeah. So they are good. The Commanders are really good, but that defense is bad. And you will see this weekend because everybody's expecting a shootout. That's not what happened. No. Derrick Henry's finna run for 150 yards.
They're going to choke them niggas out.
They're going to choke them niggas out and bleed them to death. That's what's finna happen.
So we get a little game pick right here because I think we're kind of thinking the same thing. I know everybody's like, yo, the past and the future. Lamar and Jaden Daniels, day one running quarterback MVP Heisman, or day one running quarterback MVP Heisman Lamar Jackson. It won't be none of that. It's going to be some big bro. Oh, you don't know how the NFL work yet? I got you right here. You thought we was going to pass? Fam, you getting 6 drives this game.
This is not college football.
It's going to be 4 quarters. You going to get 6 possessions.
This is not college football play.
Derrick Henry's going to get 22 touches. I'm going to run it for 10 more. Y'all not going to have the ball. First person to make a mistake loses is going to be the rookie. And that's just the way it's going to go, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
But agree. Like we talked about the Bears, we're going to talk about the Commanders. Right now, of course, this is the happiest you've been since RG3. And like Daniel said, that defense is bad. But the hardest part is done. We got the quarterback. We got the coordinator.
And the receiver.
Right now, while everything's cheap, now is when you start tweaking. This is why you hear Devontae Adams to the Commanders. This is why you hear, give it a couple weeks, Sauce Gardner to the Commanders. Elite players that are going to start getting ready to go, Commanders going to be picking up the phone.
Yes, sir.
Because that quarterback's cheap, and now you can surround him with some dogs real quick. So
and you got a good offensive line. Like, you got everything you need on the offensive line.
Literally, yeah.
Austin Eckler was a great pickup.
Yeah.
He has made some plays, has taken some screens, some 15 yards when they should have been 2-yard gains. Like, that offense is built perfectly. Cliff is calling amazing games. They just have to fix that defense. And the thing is, what I love about it is it's a personnel issue. It's not a team issue.
Dogs,
Dan Quinn is a great defensive coordinator.
But
I'm very high on the Commanders.
I'm super high on the Commanders, and I've always been high on Cliff.
Do they win the division?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the Commanders win the division, and you do too as well. I like the Eagles, but they suck. I like the Cowboys, but they suck.
Nick Sirianni,
the Commanders will win that division.
You're next, Nick Sirianni.
All right. Where you about to go? My fault.
I've always loved Cliff Kingsbury. I'm definitely a coordinator nerd. It kind of started with the Shanahan stuff, where kind of one offense took over the league. So I was like, is it really just a coaching trees league? And it 1,000% is a coaching tree league.
For sure.
Like Cliff Kingsbury comes from like the West Coast coaching tree that he coached Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech. Then he coached Kyler. And I'm pretty sure he coached Caleb at some point. But like, he's always been an offensive genius from where he came from. So I believe in Cliff. I'm glad he was able to reset after Arizona. But that Commanders team is going to be really good looking forward.
It is. And then the Lions had a bye, so we'll skip them. Ravens and Bengals I want to get into for a second. And do you have anything on the Chiefs? The Chiefs are still the Chiefs to me. So
He's the best player ever.
Best player ever.
Did you see the reverse pivot? Nigga did a reverse pivot in the pocket.
What are we doing? What are we doing out here?
Listen, that's got to be.
What are we doing out
Actually, let's talk about it for a second. This could be a shorter or something, but that's got to be like the worst feeling as a fan because Saints got 1 million fans, and I follow 1 million Saints fans. Being on that Summer Jam screen with Patrick Mahomes on Sunday night, like you're isolated, it's just y'all game going on. That gotta be hard. That gotta be a sad feeling because all the little stuff he do that make go under the radar. I don't want people. Everybody see it. Everybody see it, and the nigga just might embarrass you. Like he just might do some shit to make you want to cut the game off. Like,
man, that boy a dog.
Man.
All right, a few games to review real quick. Yeah, man. We had 2 game of the years back to back.
He's back to back.
First, we'll start with the Falcons-Bucks. That Falcons-Bucks game was
shout out Amazon.
Phenomenal.
Shout out Thursday Night Football. Finally got one.
For sure. Al Michaels is up there dying.
Let Al Michaels go home, dog.
Dead ass.
Y'all gotta let Al Michaels go be with his family, bro.
Goodness. Kirk Cousins, 42 of 58, 509 yards, 4 touchdowns. The most yards has been thrown in like 3 years. He had an amazing game. Any takeaways from the game?
I thought Atlanta looked amazing. I thought divisional games is kind of hard to project long term because I don't think that defense is nearly as bad as it looked that game. But they still made enough plays to win. I thought they looked amazing across the board. I thought Kirk took another mental step. Like every week, he's getting a little better, trusting it a little more, throwing it with a little more anticipation. But if there were one big takeaway, shout out Drake London, man. Shout out Drake London.
I love
it,
bro. My takeaway from this game is I have 3. My 3 main takeaways from this game is 1, Kirk needed that.
Yeah.
Like he needed a game like that. Forget the 500 yards.
Yeah.
The way they won that game from him dealing. Yeah. If he would have did that with 350 yards, I should be saying the same thing. Like
facts.
The way he won them that game.
Yeah.
The offense, him throwing that ball, dealing like that, won them that game. They couldn't really run the ball like they had been wanting to. And he sat back and threw the ball 60 times and was going crazy. Yeah. So Kirk needed that. Number 2, they are learning, and that is what I like to see.
Yeah.
So the first game, no play action, no under center. Next game, we get play action, we get under center.
Yep.
The first 4 games, Kyle Pitts can't really get going. Me, you, and along with everybody else, stop lining him up at X, stop lining him up at Z, let him play against tight end, 7 catches for 88 yards.
Literally.
They are learning from their mistakes. They are learning and growing. And then the last thing is a mark of a great team. Kansas City is a perfect example of this, and Baltimore is a perfect example of this as well. We can win in 4 or 5 different ways.
Exactly.
I can be a pass-heavy offense. I can run. I can win with my defense. I can win a 10-7 game. I can win a 28-35 game. That is a mark of a great team, and they have done that. They've won a game. The game against Philly, they weren't supposed to win, found a way to win.
Yep.
This game, weren't supposed to win, found a way to win. The New Orleans game, weren't supposed to win, found a way to win. Great teams find a way to win games that have the opposing fans say, well, if we would have just did.
Right, one thing,
Just like the Ravens were saying after the Chiefs game. Well, if we would have just. Just like the Bengals are saying after the Ravens game. If we would have just.
We're right there.
And those are the type of wins that you know your team is getting better. So this is a really, really good step for the Falcons, especially for their fandom as well, because they lost the Sunday night game. Everybody, they was calling the biggest game in the Atlanta Falcons history. And Arthur Blank got indicted into the Arthur Blank Foundation, whatever the fuck that means.
So, he put himself in his own ring of honor. Like, it's crazy.
What does that even mean? Like, who made that decision? Him? Like, what? Okay, whatever. We're going to have fun. Samuel L. Jackson was at the game. I didn't tell you that.
Hard.
And also, T.I. performed before the game. Didn't tell you that.
I didn't know about T.I. I didn't know T.I.
All of this happened in the Chiefs game, and they lost. So it's like, oh, my God. But the next week, we get a primetime game. All right, can we get the spirits back up? Can we get the next game we play the Saints and we beat the Saints on our home field, but it's dramatic. It's not as definitive as we wanted to. The next game, can we get some energy in the building? Primetime game, another one. Are we going to get embarrassed again to have the fans thinking just another Falcons season? And you pulled it out like that. That's really important going forward for your fans and for the foundation.
Yeah, Dirty Bird, stand up.
Salute, man.
We up right now.
And then Cincinnati, the Bengals.
Cincinnati Ravens.
Cincinnati Ravens.
Yeah.
All right, TikTok. Is the Bengals season over?
No, I think the Bengals make the playoffs. I really do. I'm not going to lie. I think Joe Burrow, and we talked about this a little bit on Twitter, I think Joe Burrow is sneakily playing at a level he hasn't played in a long time. I was a little worried about the wrist injury. You know, he a little fragile. He look a little weird. Listen, he is dealing right now. And he's going through those pains Josh Allen's going through kind of in a different way because Joe Burrow plays in the AFC North, not the AFC East. So those division games are versus the Steelers and the Ravens and not against the Patriots and the Dolphins. But Joe Burrow is looking around like, oh, I really need to throw for 350 every week. And you're seeing him kind of just starting to lean into it where it's like, oh, yeah, I need to be rocking every week or we won't be good. But with that being said, it looked like Jamar Chase waking up. And I think they are it's crazy. They might be the best 1-4 team I've seen so far.
Ever in my life. like,
all right, you play in the AFC North. That's already bad enough. You just happen to play the Commanders. You just happen to play the hottest team, just like the Moss Patriots on offense. It was like, yeah, we didn't punt the whole game and we lost. Okay, all right. Well, they were just a better team. But I think as the year, they're 1-4 now. If they can get to 500, they will be a playoff team.
A couple weeks ago, I asked Ish and Barry, who are you more worried, or Ish and Nelson, who are you more worried about? Ravens or Bengals? They both said Bengals. I said Ravens. Yeah. The Ravens come out of their 3-game stretch, like I said, 3-2, and the Bengals come out of it 1-4, which I did not expect. Today, the Bengals are making the playoffs.
Oh yeah, let's go.
I don't want them to.
Let's go.
I don't want them to. Yeah. I am a Bengals hater, which is why I was on Twitter lying. But yo, I have a job to do here, and that is to be honest and objective as possible. Mm-hmm. And people say they are not biased. Everybody is biased in their sports talk. It is impossible not to be. 1,000%. So I will put my bias aside here and be honest. Joe Burrow is amazing.
Yeah.
He is amazing at playing quarterback.
Dog.
He is a dog. Yeah. And the simple reason I am saying they will make the playoffs is because they have him back there.
Yep.
Now, I will say this. If they lose to the Giants somehow, because the Giants did beat the Seahawks, they're high. Brian Daboll is a really good coach, and they do have a good defense to get a couple of stops, and that defense on the Cincinnati side is terrible.
Right.
If they start off 1-5 just mathematically, I don't think it'll be possible.
Right.
But the reason I am saying that they're going to beat the Giants and continue on a win streak and be at 500 when they play the Ravens again and lose to the Ravens again, but they'll be at 500 when they see the Ravens is the teams that are missing. Let me tell you something. Let me go off of the teams that are winning their division. Mm-hmm. Ravens win their division.
Yep.
Chiefs win their division. Mm-hmm. Texans win their division. Bills win their division.
Yep.
So we have 3 playoff teams left. The 3 playoff teams will be something of Jacksonville, Indy, Pittsburgh, Bengals, Dolphins maybe depending on what happens.
Yeah,
the Jets, Chargers.
Yep. You got to be better than those.
Are you listening to what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're not fighting for the division. That's over with. The Ravens are winning the division. I am not joking. The Ravens might not lose another game this season. Like, they look crazy.
Yeah, they look amazing.
They look amazing. So forget winning the division.
And that division is way too hard to win from 1 and 4.
We're trying. I don't even know if they'll finish better than the Steelers.
Yeah.
Because of how good the Steelers defense is. But those 7 teams, they have far and away the best offense.
Easy.
And in this game, which as much as I love defense, if you have a good offense, it's very hard to count you out. Mm-hmm. I can't count them out.
It's hard, bro. It's hard, bro. I was explaining.
I can't.
I was explaining this to this girl. It's really hard to score in football, and you don't know because touchdowns are worth 7 points. Because if touchdowns were worth 1 point, like a goal in soccer, the games would end 3-2, 3-4. Like, you would think, oh, wow. So it's really hard to score. But it's 35-42. So you think they just ran up and down the field the whole time. I'm like, no. You score on 4 drives, you're an elite team.
And they are doing that with ease. So to wrap it up of why I think the Bengals are making playoffs, the Bengals are making the playoffs simply because the teams around them, the teams that they have to beat for that 5, 6, and 7 seed, they're better than. Right. And although some of them have a better record, it's not week 10 where they're 2-8 or something.
Right.
It's 1-4 versus 2-3. Yeah. If I win 2 games in a row, and you lose, you split the next 2 games, we have the same record now. Literally. So the teams that they're competing with, the Indies, the Steelers, Jets, et cetera, I like them more than. And their schedule, again, is super favorable. If they would have stacked up and they had Pittsburgh next, and the Chiefs, and the 49ers, I'd be like, yeah, it's probably over with. But that's not their schedule. They have the who did we just say? The Giants next. They play the – let me pull up the schedule. They have a
super easy schedule.
Let me pull up the schedule real quick because I don't want to just be talking. Let me real quick, because I don't look at the Bengals schedule hoping that they would suck, and they actually do. They have the Giants. They have the Giants, Browns, Eagles, Raiders as their next 4. Easy. If they come out of that 4-0, no one will be shocked. Yep. And if they come out of that 2-2 and are 2-2, I mean not 2-2. They'll be done. But if they come out of that 3-1 and they're 4-5, we're still looking at them like, all right. We're just going to be looking at them as a wild card, and when you pull up the little playoff graphic all year, they'll be like in the hunt, and they'll just keep keeping up. Yeah. And the thing is look at the end of their schedule when you really need the wins. Their last 4 games are Titans, Browns, Broncos, Steelers.
Easies.
So I find it really hard for them to miss the playoffs with that high level of quarterback play. It just don't happen. Top 3 quarterbacks just don't miss the playoffs unless their offenses are bad. This offense is too good.
That Steelers-Bengals game might decide the last playoff spot in the AFC, which is NFL's the best show on earth for that. But I definitely agree. I'm pleasantly surprised because we hadn't talked about that before the show. Just what we thought about the Bengals, because a lot of people were like, "Yeah, the Bengals are done, 1-4." Da da da.
Yeah, I watched the game, bro. Yeah. I watched the game too hard, too closely. Like
I watched him like them. That Washington game looked like a college game.
Seriously.
Like it looked like a college
So did the Ravens game.
Yeah.
Bro, in the second half of the Ravens game, everybody scored in every possession until Joe threw that pick. Yeah. It was touchdown. I was like, yo, these niggas are amazing. Like, they're actually amazing at football because it wasn't like, oh, we hand it off to Derrick Henry, he gets 60 yards, and then we punch it in. We hand it off to Zach Morris, he gets 70 yards, or we throw a jet. It was like drives. Like, the only big play they had was a play to chase.
Right.
Every other drive was completion, run, completion. Like, they were both of them, Lamar and Burrow.
They had like 800 yards between them.
They had like 750, 800 yards and 9 touchdowns between. They were going crazy. And to the Baltimore side, again, I said it earlier, I'll be quick. Y'all got to get out of man, bro. If you're playing elite receivers, you have to get out of a man. It works at every other team, but you have to be able to adjust. And again, that was Mike McDonald's specialty. He could adjust on the fly. Zach Orr, you have to be better. John Harbaugh, that is also your defense. You get a lot of credit for that. You have to be better. You have to see something isn't working and make an adjustment mid-game. Y'all ran a all-out blitz y'all sent 5 to 7 on like 4 straight third downs, and it never worked. Right. It never worked. It never came close to working. Nope. It wasn't like, oh, my God, it got tipped, and then Jamar Carter. Yeah. It wasn't close. Right. He was throwing in wide open receivers. So you have to be better in that aspect. But everything else the Ravens are doing, they look. That offense looks ridiculous. Yeah. Like, they have the best offense in football stats-wise. That's easier for me to say. but they have the number 1 offense, and it is like what you wanted Derrick Henry and Lamar to look like, that's exactly what they look like.
It looks exactly like that. And just to transition from here into still on the Ravens a little bit, top 5 destination for Devontae Adams.
Forgot about this one. Top 5 destinations for Devontae Adams. I am going to go number 1, Detroit Lions. That makes they're unstoppable. Detroit Lions, and they have the money. So the teams have to have the money, right? These teams have to be.
I'm gonna say just because they move stuff around so much. Like if they're close, maybe like that Saints stuff, it's not gonna happen.
Nah.
Let me be the first nigga to tell you, it's not gonna happen.
No,
unless like he would have to void this contract and play and pay them to play for the next couple of years.
I was about to say the Raiders would have to pay the contract for them.
They literally cannot take on it. Like the Saints are so deep in capital, he is not on there. So 1 Lions,
right. 1 Lions, 2 is still the Ravens.
Okay.
3, you said it, the Commanders. 4, I'm going to say the Jets only because of Aaron Rodgers and he likes Aaron Rodgers.
That's a fact.
And 5, my sleeper team.
Okay.
They always find a way to get stuff done and not tell nobody. The 49ers.
Oh, yeah, I'm cool with that.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But they just find a way. Especially they get the news Christian McCaffrey's out. Yeah. He's not playing this year. All right. As I said, they've been moving Debo to running back. Debo's been getting like 7, 8 carries at running back a game. Like, and I'm not talking about through the jet sweep. Like he's been in the single back, like as running back. So
Facts.
You move Devontae out there. So yeah, that would be my 5. Number 1. Yeah.
So I like your list. I'm just gonna add a sleeper to it, and no one said this, which is why I think. I think it might happen, and if it do, we out of here. This is gonna go viral for sure. I like him in Atlanta. You got a GM who's shown he will go after players, regardless of age. If you are a hooper. You got an established quarterback, an established offense, a young team. You have Drake London, who is wide receiver 1-ish territory, but the people around him, for sure, like Raymond McCall, don't get me wrong, great player. Darnell Mooney, don't get me wrong, good player. But you're young, you got the money, you're in a division where just a little push and you will own that division, and you're getting him with Kirk Cousins. So you're getting him to he wants to be with an accurate quarterback, and he wants to be on a good team in a good situation. You watch receiver, I watch receiver. That guy want to win, and I think if you brought him to Atlanta, that's the best offense in the league.
Hey, hadn't even crossed my mind. That's a great pick.
I think that's the best offense.
And they had the money.
Got the money.
They got the trade assets because you can send Ray and a first pick.
Yep.
A second round pick like they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I agree with that. And then on top of that, if you want to pitch the future to him, it's like, yo, you stay here, sign for another 3 years. We got Penix for your last 2 years.
And the missing part about these trades is the opportunity cost too, because not only do you get him, Detroit doesn't. Not only you get him, the Jets don't, or another team, or the
San
Saints
Francisco.
don't. Like you hit any of those teams you're competing with. Not only do you get him, you keep him from another team.
Commanders.
And I think that's the only thing the Falcons are missing. Where I think Drake London situationally is a great wide receiver right now, and he'll learn as he becomes like older to be more of a Mike Evans type. But I think they need someone intermediate to win.
Agree.
And I think Devontae fits that perfectly.
Never lost a rep. Shit.
Never lost a rep.
You shocked me with that one. That's not where I thought you was going. I'm going to be honest. I thought you were about to say the Bucks, and I was like, that's not a bad one. I was about to say. I thought you was going to say the Bucks or the Packers, and both of those, I was like, those. I was
Packers
kind of out
there. Packers would be
going back to the Packers.
Yeah,
not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. All right. New segment.
Aaron Rodgers would for sure hit the ayahuasca if he went back to the Packers.
Hit the ayahuasca. Like, I don't even know how to do that. Chris Broussard was like, he was doing smoking ayahuasca or whatever you do with it. That shit was so funny. Shout out Chris Broussard.
It's a scary drug too. Be careful at home, kids.
For sure. And with the Galaxy guys, I don't even know what that is, bro.
Fam, no. You know the Valero on that corner? Fam, I walked in there. It's 4 things of Galaxy gas pressed against the glass.
Oh, that's legal.
Yeah. It's like you buy it in stores.
Go.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not a young nigga.
Not me. He tried me. Yeah, I was like, yo, let me get some leaf, da-da-da. He said, you want, nah, my nigga. Nah, my, yeah, like, don't play with me, nah, do I like a YN? Do I like a YN? Like, do I like
YNs, boy? I'm scared of them niggas for the shit show.
That is the funniest shit ever, bro.
Oh, man. All right. quick segment to end the show.
I don't mean to keep cutting you off because this is right before we go do the TikTok anyway. Right after we recorded the episode about the Water Boys, I know you saw that shit on the highlight. Yo, it's like they pulled the nigga out the whip on a highway.
I'm so glad you were talking about you. We brought that up. So if you didn't see the last episode, go tap in. Please subscribe, like, comment. Thank you. But we spoke about the young niggas in Atlanta and how the Water Boys are overly aggressive. Yeah. Literally the next day, it's 3 Water Boys jumping a nigga in the middle of I-75.
On the highway.
If you don't know what that is the busiest highway in Atlanta, Georgia, dog. Like, jumping a nigga in rush hour traffic, bro. The niggas are off their rockers.
Yo, that is so crazy. Yo, imagine being in your car and 3 niggas hopped up on nitrous, pull up on you. Like, you on I-75. Like...
Oh, my God.
Yo, shout out to YN.
Oh, my God.
No trouble.
Oh, my God. Imagine going home and telling your wife that.
Yo,
I got jumped by some YNs. Where? On the highway. They
safe.
Jumped in your car? No, like, on the highway.
Yeah, like, they pulled me out. Like, yo, we not safe nowhere, bro.
Nowhere, dog.
Can't go nowhere, man.
Oh, man, I'm scared of them niggas. I'm not leaving the house today. I'm finna DoorDash.
That's why I'm going to Outback. Ain't no YNs at Outback. Ain't no YNs at Outback. I'm going to Outback Steakhouse later with some shrimp on the Barbie, nigga. Won't be no YNs in sight.
Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, y'all stay at Chili's. But
Facts.
we have a new segment.
Yep.
We will be premiering every week through football season, and we'll probably obviously just take it to basketball season because that's what we do. And we can honestly throw this into music too. Yeah. But great segment. You introduce it.
Oh yeah, bet. Yeah. First edition, and this is we'll kind of be flipping for this one. I'll kind of be hosting. Dr. Rock will be giving his orders, and this is what we're gonna call Doctor's Orders. You know, football will take a team, we'll prescribe them what they need to do to get to where they should be. Right. Whether, gotta lose a little weight, they gotta bulk up here, whatever the case may be. And we're starting this week with 10 teams. Rock is gonna, I'm gonna ask him the teams.
And I ask you 5, you ask me 5.
Facts. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I got the list here too.
I bet.
So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So, first, Doctor's Orders, fresh off a barely escaping win. I'll do the bottom 5. Let's start with the Texans.
All right, Texans. I don't think they need much. I think they need to straighten up their secondary and be a little bit more do better with the big plays. They need to be better with the big plays in their secondary, but offensively, they need to figure out an identity. It feels like they're still trying to work in 3 really good receivers, and they're not 100% sure what we want to do on a game-to-game basis. We just know Nico Collins is our number 1. The Texans need to figure out an offensive identity that they can go in and win with every week, but C.J. Stroud and that receiver core is so good, they've been able to escape without that, but to beat the great teams, you need an identity, and that's what they're missing.
I like it. Find an identity. 2, this is you'll like this because this was your one of your preseason favorite teams and your MVP, the Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers. A lot of people are going to be surprised I'm saying this, but I think Jordan Love is the issue. I think Jordan Love has a tendency to lose his mechanics, and that is alarming to me because when great quarterback, I remember last year in the playoffs, he had a little sidearm that was an easy completion against San Francisco and would have got them a first down, and he just completely missed it, and everybody ignored it. But that would have kept a drive alive. They ended up punting it. San Francisco ended up putting the game away. About too. Yes, and it's simple plays like that quarterbacks have to make that push a drive forward, that keep a drive going. And so Jordan Love staying in his mechanics is what's most important to me. And lastly, finding the 3 receivers you like. Because I don't think Hicks is a good football player. Sorry, but I don't think he's a good football player.
I don't want to cut you off because we're doing good right now. I have a thing about wide receiver drops. You get like 2 or 3.
Bro,
you get like 2 or 3.
I feel the same exact way. Too many drops, bro. Too many drops. We're in the NFL. We shouldn't be dropping passes. This isn't college anymore. So Jordan Love staying consistent in his mechanics throughout a full game and finding a receiver core you like and Jordan Love trusts by the end of the year.
Yeah, cool name, though. Shout out Dontavian Wicks. Hell of a name.
Crazy name.
Staying in the NFC, coach we love, roster we really liked. We had them as sleepers. Seattle.
Good one. Seattle. Know who you are. Okay. That would be my message to Seattle. That. Seattle is not – you don't have Lamar Jackson. You don't have Joe Burrow. You don't have that. But you have a really good quarterback with really good weapons. Mm-hmm. What I've liked about them, and it's kind of a continuation of what they're doing, continue to let your playmakers be your playmakers instead of making your quarterback make the plays.
Okay.
Put Geno in a situation where he's throwing the drag, the DK, and it's DK's job to go score. Mm-hmm. Where it's JSN's job to go score. We're going to run the ball, stay a balanced offense like they have been, but don't make Geno make you the winner.
Right.
Geno is the game manager. There you go. Shout out to Cam Newton. Yep. Geno is the game manager. Let Geno be the game manager, and you become, and your offense becomes balanced.
Yeah, Geno don't need to be running up the sideline late in the game.
Exactly. Exactly. Let Geno become a game manager, and your offense will become more balanced, and it will stay balanced because it hasn't been bad. But you had a bad loss against the Giants. I blame that more on your defense and Mike McDonald than I do on the offense because you're giving up 26 to Daniel Jones in any capacity.
It's crazy.
It's inexcusable. Yeah. But what I'm not going to do is tell Mike McDonald how to run a defense.
Right.
I'll let him figure that out. Yeah, I know offense very well. Yeah. That guy knows defense more than me. So I'll give him 2 more weeks on the defense, on a brand new defense.
I like that. And the last one, I kind of saved this one because we didn't talk about them much because it's the best player to ever play football. The Chiefs, still at 5-0.
The Chiefs, a great in any profession knows what he doesn't know.
Yeah.
R knows what he doesn't need to tell. Mm-hmm. R just knows when to take a step back.
Right.
And as a great doctor I am,
right,
as of today, it's one thing I know. When you get a patient,
and
he work out
2 times a day,
he eat well,
don't smoke,
don't
drink.
Only drink on his birthday. He take 3 shots on his birthday, and that's it.
Facts.
You walk in that doctor's office, and you shake his hand and say, keep it up, young fella.
Oh, God. This is going to be my shortest appointment.
And walk out.
This is my shortest appointment today.
Whatever the fuck y'all doing in Kansas City, keep doing it.
No, that's super funny.
Because I don't know if Rashee Rice is coming back, and I don't really think it matters. They're going to walk to the AFC Championship game regardless, and we'll figure out the recipe to Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the first time we've been back since the Rashee Rice injury. I don't know what dark demon black magic they doing on Brody. It's like, it's torn for sure, but wait.
Yesterday, I was like, he's out for the season. This morning, it's like, but.
Yeah, they doing something on his knee that the Lord cannot see from here. I'm telling you.
You feel me?
All right, bet. So, who else?
Your 5 teams. All right. I am going to start you off very easy with the team we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, the home team. My team. Our team. Let's go. If I could prescribe anything, because when I look at this patient, I'm looking at someone with a lot of potential, someone who was living life a certain way and then really had the discipline to change their life. Mm-hmm. And you're not there yet, but you're showing signs. So if I were to prescribe anything to my fellow Falcons fans, to the Falcons fans in that organization out there, is go harder. And I know the people listening were like, yeah, he's going to tell you keep going, do what you're doing. No. And Daniel knows this because Daniel's worked out his entire life. Keep breaking your limits. Keep doing what you think you may not be ready for until you find out what your limits are. Because Kirk Cousins from week 1 and the Kirk Cousins we just saw are 2 different players.
Agreed.
The Drake London from week 1, the Drake London we just saw, 2 different players. Kyle Pitts, we can go down the line. Keep breaking your limits because I think this is going to be the year whichever team catches fire in the NFC will be in the Super Bowl. I don't think this will be a juggernaut year. I think whoever is hottest wild card weekend will be going to Super Bowl, and that it could be us. So that would be my prescription.
I like that. Next team, my favorite coach in the NFL right now, the Vikings.
Oh man, this one's interesting because this guy tore his ACL, but recovered super fast. As a doctor, I want to say, hey, Sam Darnold. Listen, you're Sam Darnold, my guy. Let's keep it slow. But my advice is going to be keep slinging it. Keep slinging it. It takes a lot of courage to throw a 90-yard touchdown into double coverage. But at the same time, that's Justin Jefferson. And I think the best thing for the Vikings right now is to not look around and smell the roses. One of my favorite things about Daniel is I never understood why he walks super slow. Because I am a fast walker naturally. But one day he was like, man, you just got to just like enjoy it for a second. Just look around and enjoy it. Vikings don't do that. You are tweaking right now. You are on a sugar high. Mm-hmm. It's 3 a.m. You should have been asleep an hour ago. Mm-hmm. Do not take that nap. Okay. Keep going. Keep slinging. Keep playing like you have nothing to lose because you don't have anything to lose. Don't start feeling like you're a favorite. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep slinging it.
A team we rarely talk about, but are very good for ratings, Cowboys.
Ooh, the Cowboys. There's a lot of stuff going on.
That's your celebrity patient.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in that hood. We did a little Botox. You told me take the rib out. Slim girls are in. We got rid of the running back. I think you need to, like any cosmetic, like any person who needs a lot of cosmetic surgery when they're married. I think you need to fix your marriage. I think that's what my prescription is going to be.
Great.
Fix your marriage between Dak and CD, because something is not right. We went into the season. Your plan was, yo, Doc, I'm gonna run 2 times a day. I'm gonna be in this marathon in a couple of months. We're gonna pass the CD 17 million times a game. There's gonna be some smart podcaster out there that drafts them one, thinking you're gonna throw to him 18 times a game, but you're on the sideline bickering and arguing. This relationship, this home, this life that y'all have built is not strong enough to survive y'all 2 collapsing. The only way the Cowboys work, the only way you get to remain a supermodel is if y'all can figure that out. Because if CD and Dak don't work, y'all will be a bad team very quickly. So I would go back home, try to fix that marriage.
I love it. Yeah. All right, number 4. I wanted to go to a team, but we spoke about them already. Okay. So I'm going to go to the Steelers.
Listen, Steelers. And this is going to be – listen, I'm a doctor, but I'm a big doctor. So I know this may come off a little – it's time to lose some weight. It's time to cut back. What you're doing right now, Mike Tomlin, that's how people used to eat in the 2000s. We can stop at McDonald's. What you're doing on offense is not going to work. It don't matter who is on the other side of the snap. It could be Justin Fields. It could be Tom Brady. It could be Ricky Bobby. It don't matter who it is. That offense is not going to work the way we're doing it. I know you think you can eat whatever you want and work it off. Wise man once said, there's no outrunning a bad diet. You need systematic change top to bottom. You're a good team. You are a good team the first 4 weeks of the season. Shout out to you. But what Arthur Smith is going to do and is doing with that offense is not sustainable long-term for winning. You cannot lose weight this way. You can't keep cheating yourself. It's too many years. Like Cam Hayward's on the last leg. TJ Watt's been TJ Watt for 5-6 years. Time goes by faster than you think. Maximize these guys' window. Change how you plays. I don't care if you spread it out, go wildcat, run around Justin Fields. You need to open it up. Like Daniel said, you got to be more creative.
All right. Started the show with them. Let's end it with them.
Yep.
New York Jets.
Now, like I said with the Steelers, they're the patient who's active fat kind of, He work out. He wear a large. He not a fat guy. He a little bigger.
He wear a large.
Yeah, he not getting no medium. That's the Steelers. The Jets. It is time for a serious life change. Like you might need to go vegan. Like we are at the point of you may not be who you think you are in 2 years. Your identity will be like your life is on the tipping edge because not only are you the New York Jets in New York, you are in the middle of the Yankees are good, Mets are good, the Knicks think they're going to win the championship. The Giants are the better football team again. Y'all are in dangerous territory from going, yeah, they were bad to back being irrelevant. So from here, listen, the Aaron Rodgers thing, played out the rest of the year. He's going to retire at the end of the year. Everyone knows he did. Y'all thought y'all won the Super Bowl. It's not going to happen. It's time to go vegan. Everyone's got to go. Everything you've been eating these last couple years, gotta go. There won't be no milk, no cheese, no beef. Y'all need to start from the bottom with an offensive coordinator. I don't care if you got to call Kyle Shanahan's sister. I don't care who you got to call. It needs to be an offensive coach, draft a young quarterback, start completely over, start meal prepping.
Hey, and we are 2 unlicensed doctors.
Yep.
We hope you listen.
This is all advice.
This is all advice. No school behind it.
Yeah.
None. But that's the first segment of what the doctor ordered. That was fire.
Yeah, that was super hard.
And before we get out of here, since we did the top 10 teams, let's pick some games for Sunday.
Okay,
so I can post something Sunday morning. All right. All right. Oh, skip the Thursday game, obviously. Okay. Jaguars, Bears in London.
I think the Bears 30-piece them. I think that's Doug Peterson last game coach too.
I definitely think the Bears win this game. I'm not sure how close, but I think it's going to be a Bears win.
I heard Doug Peterson, that locker room quit on him apparently.
Oh, wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, they've lost 10 straight games.
Yeah,
which is nuts.
Trevor played really good last week, though.
I feel so bad for Trevor. I don't know if he's bad or not.
I can't tell. He throws some shit every now and then. It's like, I don't know if anybody can make that pass.
Yeah,
and then he'll
like,
throw
damn,
some
this
shit
shit
like,
crazy.
oh, you're trash.
Yeah, right. It's like, did you mean to throw that pass?
Yeah, for sure. He got Josh Allen in him. He got a Josh Allen.
Yo, he got a little tweaker in him.
Yeah.
He for sure got a little tweaker in him.
Commanders, Ravens. Commanders at Ravens.
I'm going to go Ravens 21-24.
I like it. I'm going to go Ravens 31-21. Cardinals at Packers.
Cardinals. I think the Cardinals about to heat up.
That's a good one. I'm going to go Packers 28-35. 28-31, I'm sorry. Texans at Patriots. Didn't have to say that.
God, Jesus Christ. Drake made 30 snaps. That's what I was saying. Drake may will play 30 plays.
Okay. Is this the 40-piece you was talking about with the Texans that they need to get back on track?
Fuck, I didn't know it was going to be us. I don't know if we'll be the 40-piece because Christian Gonzalez is still a hell of a corner.
And Nico might not be playing.
And I think our defense may be I think whoever gets the first Texas 40-piece will be a team we didn't expect.
Okay.
Like a good team locked in and just get their doors blown off.
Okay. Buccaneers at Saints.
Oh man, I'm gonna go Buccaneers. Buccaneers look crazy right now.
I'm gonna go Bucks as well. I'm gonna go Bucks as well in a high-scoring affair, 35-38.
Sorry, Evan. Sorry, Bun. Sorry, Boosie.
Cleveland at Philadelphia.
Yeah, this is the one. I think this is the game Nick Sirianni gets fired.
Deshaun Watson's too bad for me to ever say that.
That's why.
Philly.
I think that's why he lost. I think
Philly
that's why he gets fired.
If they give Deshaun Watson 304 touchdowns, Nick Sirianni should be out the door before the third touchdown.
They should make him play. They should put pads on him. They should make him go play CB after they fire him.
Dead ass. So I have Philly in that game. I'm going to go Philly in a blowout 35-17, and that's Deshaun Watson's last game ever in the NFL. We can skip that. Falcons at Panthers.
Oh man, poor Bryce Young.
Atlanta wins.
Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah, we win that for sure.
As a city, not the Falcons. And Detroit Sunday. No, that's not. Should be the Sunday night game. But Lions at Cowboys.
I think Detroit wear them out.
I have the Lions winning that game. A game they control. May not be a blowout, but a game they control.
I think this will be a tier game. I think this will be a game to be like, okay, the Cowboys are not in that tier in the NFC, and the Lions are.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
Bengals at Giants.
Oh yeah,
Sunday
Bengals.
night.
Yeah, come on, Joe. Come on, listen. Hey, we talked about Josh Allen. Got to put it. Listen, Josh Allen got to flood them. Joe, listen, you got to run it up on them.
Got to run it up on them.
Yeah.
And I am going to pick the Giants. Fuck them. And last game Monday night, Bills at Jets.
Got it. Josh Allen wins. That's what I'm saying. Josh Allen wins.
I am going 38-13 Bills and complete panic come Monday morning.
Listen, Josh.
Tuesday morning. I can't wait.
Listen, Josh. Listen, 9 for 30 is bad. Throw 5 touchdowns on them. We might have the MVP back on the board.
Come on now.
You might be right back in there.
Come on now.
That division's gonna be bad. Run it up on these teams.
We need
That's how niggas win Heisman's.
Hello. All right. I'm glad you brought that up. Crazy weekend in college football.
Yeah, it's crazy. I want to just a quick little college football segment. Do you still think Travis Hunter is the best player in college football?
No question. Yes.
I disagree.
All right.
That Ashton Jeanty nigga.
If he played linebacker, I would agree with you.
That's funny as fuck. I'm not mad at it. Listen,
Travis Hunter is leading the nation in receptions, and I think he's third in reception yards and fifth in touchdowns. Yeah. And he's the second best player.
I definitely agree. Listen, He is 1,000 yards on 90 carries.
That is stupid.
He's 1,000 yards.
All right, now that I'm done, that nigga is cold. Like, he is doing some shit. Like, what the hell am I watching?
I was scrolling. I said, oh, that's the team he played on. I cut the game on because it just started. I said, all right, let me watch him play. He cribbed the first time he touched the ball.
He's different.
Yeah, listen, teams are going to take him.
Teams are players are bouncing off of him.
Future New England Patriot.
Like,
for sure.
Contact balance on 10. The Dallas Cowboys should trade everybody on their team to get that nigga. Like, good.
He's like Jameer Gibbs or Alvin Kamara with muscle. Like, he is crazy. The balance to just keep your momentum.
Yes, bro.
It's crazy.
He's different, bro. He's different. That's gonna be a fun Heisman race between him. Yeah. I do think Cam Ward, the loss to Vandy is going to take Milroe out of this. We're going to remember this because they might lose another game, have 2 losses. It's going to be over with. Travis Hunter, as long as the Buffs win 3 more games, he's going to be in New York just because of how crazy what he's doing is. I'm going to go GNT.
Yeah.
And I think that last spot will go to Cam Ward. Yeah, I think the award will come down to GNT and Hunter because, 1, Miami is going to lose the game. Yeah. And 2, Cam Ward is going to – the Miami team is not that good. Cam Ward is just cold and their offense is really good. I think they're going to have a couple more scares like they had against Cal. That's going to make it – you got to do – to beat these 2 guys as a quarterback, you're going to have to do something astronomical. Yeah. And I just don't think Milroe or Cam Ward will.
I think JT might go for 2,500 rushing yards. Like, just
Bro, they've been taking him out at halftime.
He's not even playing.
He's not finishing games. If he had finished games, he would probably be at 1,400 yards already.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. Shout out to him. We don't hit a lot of college football here, but I definitely wanted to hit that because we loved Colorado. We love the interesting part of college football.
We love the players.
We love the interesting part of college football.
Vandy.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all niggas.
Vandy.
Yo,
come on, man.
Hey, you know what? While we're here, I hate to act like y'all have fam. Vandy been mid for a minute. Yeah, we taking this goalpost.
Man, Vandy been mid forever.
Yeah, we taking this goalpost with me.
Bro, them niggas took that goalpost like 6 miles.
Yeah, they carried it too.
That's how you yeah. That's shit you go to college for, bro. That's why you in college.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was gonna say that, but like that is the shit where you just be on college and you look up, it's 3 a.m. and you've been carrying the goalpost for 2 hours and you don't even know why.
What are we still doing this? Yes. The game has been over for a really long time.
Like, where are we gonna put this goalpost?
This is a goalpost.
Like, where are we carrying it to?
It's 60 of us carrying this one item. Like, where are we playing it? We all live in different areas.
I found out that they charge you like $100K to storm the field.
Sure do.
Yeah, that's un-American.
That's why they be trying to stop the kids. But it's like you gonna let them storm the field at that point.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Who the fuck cares?
$100K. And listen, that's un-American. Y'all lost. I'm gonna storm the field. I wish more people. I'd storm the field in the NFL if I could. I'd storm the field in the NFL.
What? Yeah. After that Falcons win in overtime, you should have been able to storm the field.
Storm the field, nigga. Like, what's that? The Jesse Bates pick 6 last year versus the Saints?
Storm the field.
At the 50 with that nigga. What? Yeah.
Salute though. What a great show. A lot of music dropped this week. I'll get into that next weekend. The Baby dropped the mixtape. I actually fucked with it. This R&B pseudo pop artist I listened to, Madison Ryan Ward, dropped a really good project. Victoria Monet dropped the Deluxe, the Jaguar, very good. What's his name? BJ the Chicago Kid dropped the Deluxe to one of my album of the years last year. Gravy, very good. And T Grizzly dropped. Okay. So very good. A lot of good drops. And then the Leon Thomas album, I just want to say again, that is an amazing R&B album. Now, I'm insane, bro. Like, incredible. So if you're vibing through the city at night, please cut that on. It is incredible.
Couple things just to hit on music. This is the first week, I think in 2 years, Drake doesn't have a song in the top 100.
Oh, that's the craziest shit I ever heard in my life.
Yeah, he doesn't have one song in the top 100.
2 years?
Yeah, he doesn't have a single song on there right now.
He's had a song in the top 100 for 2 straight years. That is consecutive. Crazy.
Yeah, because for all the dogs, anniversary was yesterday. Also, of course, this is our monthly Kendrick albums on the way. Somebody close to Kendrick said it. Yeah, we'll get it when we get it. Damn, it was something else for music. Oh, Freddie Gibbs, Madlib, confirmed on the way this year. Should be this month.
That makes me happy.
Third of this series for the Freddie Gibbs Madlib's trio duo. This one I hope will be super crazy. I'm hoping it's all like, of course, if you heard Bandana, if you heard Pinata, just some rap shit.
Hey, before I go, and I say this with respect, the Joe Budden podcast. Let me tell you something.
Oh my God! I almost forgot.
Hey, listen. I respect y'all. Yeah. I'm not gonna call y'all out about name because that'll be dick riding. But I respect y'all. I'm subscribed to the Patreon. Yeah. I fuck with y'all show.
We are both Patronians.
You are that show is amazing. Yeah. That is the best podcast
I've
ever listened to in my life. You are the GOAT.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Joe. Listen, we're gonna clip this. Look,
my nigga.
We gonna have pod beef. We gonna have pod beef.
Joe, I've heard new music too. Cold. New music one. Cold. Your mixtapes are cold. Yeah. You do not have a better mixtape discography than Lil Wayne. Joe Budden, you do not have a better mixtape discography than Lil Wayne. Neither does 50 Cent, neither does Fab, neither does Wiz, neither does Jeezy, neither does nigga you name.
Yeah. None of them New York
niggas. That is Lil fucking Wayne, dog. Yeah. Stop playing with that man,
They should have flipped them cloud couches over the minute you said that shit.
What is wrong with you,
Yeah.
Stop.
And listen,
stop.
It's
Lil Wayne, bro.
He is
the mixtape king. That is what he does. He has the best mixtape discography ever. He has the most classic mixtapes ever. Yeah. Ice, your point about, he got a lot, so his shooter percentage, shut the fuck up. Don't nobody care about Magic Mike on the Wizards. Don't nobody care about what Bron do in L.A. Nobody cared about Kobe's last 4 years in the Lakers. Yeah. No one cares, bro.
I hate that.
It's what you do in your prime when it matters.
First of all, that's the dumbest argument for music possible because you want more music. Y'all be the niggas complaining it don't be no more music. Now we want to take Wayne song by song mixtape percentage. First of all, LeBron missed the most shots in NBA history. Kobe second. Mike up there too. Nobody cares. Listen, y'all niggas get money. Y'all rich. I know y'all watching this shit like, man, these niggas don't get no money talking to us. Put whatever you want on it. We can pull up and play 20 million mixtape songs. And you play 20 of your songs.
Since you got a better discography, let's go 50. We can go Wayne 50. We can go Wayne.
Y'all can team up. Y'all can team them up.
You can have all 5 of the niggas. Like, run the verses.
Like, that's Lil Wayne, bro. Y'all got to. And, like, I know last month was we love Little, like, all the fake Young Money shit niggas was doing for attention. Like, we really like Lil Wayne on the show. Bro, we really talk about Lil Wayne because that's like, Wayne is no doubt. And I think because of your status, because you were an artist and your friends were around artists, so y'all see Wayne differently than we do. Y'all have done this with Lil Wayne a couple times because Daniel's had a lot of restraint and not did this yet. I've been holding this nigga back. Like, y'all got to stop talking about Lil Wayne like he's your peer. And again, no disrespect. Y'all need to stop talking about Lil Wayne like he's your peer, Joe Budden. Lil Wayne is not your peer when it comes to rapping. Period. It's no way to dance around that. If you feel you are a more technically skilled rapper than Lil Wayne, that is one thing. But album for album, mixtape for mixtape, accomplishments on rap for accomplishment, it's not. Y'all are not playing the same sport. Y'all don't shoot at the same basket. Y'all are not peers. Y'all mixtapes, not close. Stop comparing yourself to Lil Wayne.
Motherfucker get on a New York podcast, say who the greatest mixtape artist ever, and name 7 New York niggas, and then can't name a Wigs mixtape. Y'all didn't say Mac Miller. Y'all didn't say half the niggas that got great mixtapes.
Facts.
Didn't say Young Thug. Didn't mention Future.
Nope.
Said Gucci got too many. Yeah. Bro, shut the fuck up. Y'all just want to give New York niggas some credit, bro.
Hey, shout out to New York niggas. You said Fab.
Niggas is still playing them Lil Wayne songs in clubs, my nigga. Rollin' still gets played regularly everywhere.
Not even just get played in clubs. It's niggas who don't know the original version of the song. It's niggas who've never heard the original Rollin'. And niggas who do not know who make that song.
Shout out Gunplay.
Like, man, listen, y'all, and just in general, niggas gotta stop talking about Lil Wayne like he's not one of the 5 best rappers. At worst, that is if you're a Wayne hater, I think the lowest you should have that nigga is 5.
Yes, like,
because anything after that, you just dick right.
You're just making shit up.
I'm just sorry. It's just no way to slice it. It's no way to slice the nigga who got on a mic and made Jay-Z rethink if he wanted to be a rapper. That's from y'all goat mouth.
On the mixtape, by the way.
That's from y'all goat mouth.
On the mixtape, by the way.
New York podcast. We love Hove. That's y'all goat. He said, I didn't know if I wanted to rap no more. Cause this nigga's like this rap. Cause this YN's like this rapping right now. Is Wayne the original YN? All
right. Hey man, I think it's Young Thug, honestly. But Young Thug, if you think about it, but free salam. Also, lastly, on a softer note, Eminem, that video is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like, I won't watch it. I won't finish it. I saw the minute and a half on Twitter. I was like, nope, not going to watch that. That is beautiful. Amazing song, amazing album. Salute to him.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. for joining us. This has been episode 91. Please like, subscribe, and comment. This has been a pleasure. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week, probably with Grace again. And as always, you can love us, you can hate us. I just hope you pay us. Show about nothing.